So welcome everybody. I'm so happy to see so many people here and so many people signed up who will either come on later or will watch the replay. This is Tomar Levine, and this is my first offering of a free healing session called Healing What Hurts and Reclaiming Our Wholeness. They go together because what hurts is sort of the mirror image of what we need to be whole. We need to heal what hurts as best we can. And of course, I chose to create this particular event. I'm sure everyone figured it out because of recent world events, specifically the US election, and what a tizzy that has put so many of us into, and how much it has brought, I think, to the surface various forms of anxiety, fear, uncertainty. And as a friend of mine pointed out, and I really totally embrace this, I think when events like this happen, it activates a lot of our inner child wounding because the global community, and particularly our government, I know not everyone on this call is a US citizen, but particularly in relationship to the government, local, state, federal, that we live under, I think unconsciously we project onto that entity the meaning of family. We expect or hope to be protected. We look to or are impacted by the authority figures that are kind of the echo of mommy and daddy. And so this is, I think, very subliminal and very in the background and very unconscious for the most part until something happens that causes a disruption and a fear of loss of security, the loss of feeling safe, the loss of feeling held. Now, I work with a lot of clients who have suffered a lot of wounding in their family of origin. And those are some of the main things I encounter again and again and again, which is the lack of safety, the lack of protection, not being able to trust the caretakers, and sometimes even being in a kind of reverse relationship where the child becomes the caretaker. The child really has never had the kind of support, love, and feeling of safety that a child really needs, requires to develop with wholeness. So when these things start to happen, when things start to pop in the outer world and suddenly the rug is pulled out from under us and we don't know what to expect, a lot of those personal issues about lack of safety and lack of having competent caretakers that we can rely on come up to the surface. I'm expecting that this is going to happen a lot for a lot of people in the coming months and maybe years. And I'm simply more aware of it now because of my involvement with clients who are suffering from that, and how very widespread those wounds are, those issues are. So let me just briefly introduce myself and a few other things. There may be some of you on the call who don't know me. I think most of you do, but some will be watching this later. I'm Tomar Levine, and I'm a healer working particularly with inner child wounding and also past life wounding. I'm a spiritual channeler. I call myself a soul guide and a teacher. And one of the modalities I've been using a lot, in fact, the one in which I have been relating to this kind of issue with so much uh, intensity, is a modality called compassion key. And some of you are familiar with it because I recognize some of you from that community, but I think many are not. So I'm just going to give a little overview of what that's all about, how it works, and what we're going to be doing today. So I expect this call to be an hour, maybe 75 minutes. If you have to leave before the end, there will be a replay, so that's fine. But I'm going to try to contain it. But it's always hard to predict. So with Compassion Key, the principle or the premise is that the quality or the energy or the essence of compassion, which to me is a high frequency of divine love, has in it the power to dissolve. It's like a solvent, dissolve and resolve many kinds of hurt, including karmic imprints that are represented in this lifetime or past lifetimes. So with Compassion Key, it's a very, very simple method. And the way I'm going to be working with it today with all of you, you'll see is extremely easy and simple. It may be even seeming over simple to you. Basically, and I'm going to be glancing at my notes from time to time to make sure I don't leave anything out. Basically, with Compassion Key is built around utilizing the key words, I'm so sorry, to initiate what we call a compassion statement, a statement which in and of itself, and with those words, I'm so sorry, directly transmits compassion to the part that needs it for healing, that needs it to dissolve the imprint that is keeping parts of us in a contracted state. So the hurt parts of us remain in this contracted state until they are liberated, until they are freed. And one of the best ways I've ever discovered to free those contracted parts, which generally speaking are associated with early childhood experiences that deeply imprinted themselves on us, is the use of compassion. And it's a remarkable thing. It's sort of miraculous to me. I still don't understand how it is possible that it can be so powerful, but it is. So the words, I'm so sorry, it doesn't mean we're not apologizing for anything. We say them in the way we would say to a child who scraped his knee, oh, I'm so sorry you got hurt. Come here, let me give you a hug. I'm so sorry you're feeling bad. Tell me about it. So it's just that extension of care, sympathy, and of course, compassion. So in the way that we're going to be using it today, it's the method is that the facilitator, in this case, it's me, will state a compassion statement like, I'm so sorry you're sad. And you will repeat that statement out loud where you are. And I mean, you can do it silently, but it's better to say it out loud. And when you're saying it out loud, who are you saying it to? You're saying it to whatever the inner parts are in you that need to hear them. We don't even have to know what those parts are, what the wounding was, or when it happened, or whether there's some age or whatever. We're just talking with great care, tenderness, love, and compassion to whatever those parts are that need to receive our care. It's really good to focus on your heart and your solar plexus energetically. You can even put your hand there, because we're talking about inner parts that live in a subtle realm in our consciousness, but viscerally, we experience the wounding, we experience the suffering, the pain, the hurt in our body. We always feel the issues that we struggle with can always be located in certain regions of the body, often the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, and the belly. So if we just put our attention here, it's sort of like, you're in there, my little parts. I know you're there. And I know that I'm addressing you in particular. I don't have to know which parts, which aspects, but I'm addressing the parts that need to hear this. So when we speak to ourselves in that way, all our inner parts are listening. So whichever inner parts need to receive this will receive it. And the parts that don't receive it, it won't make any difference. It'll just go right past them. And some of the statements won't have any effect on you. And maybe it's because you don't need them at all. And some of the statements may really be like a kick in the gut. And sometimes there might be tears coming because it's a very subtle dance that we're playing with our consciousness and with the subtlety of our inner reality. So, as I said, I was inspired to offer this free call because of the events. And what I'd like to invite you to do is to write in the chat right now anything that you're aware of, especially related to the events connected, primarily for me to the US election, but good Lord, there's enough else going on in the world. And there's enough cause for concern, and there's enough destabilization and maybe lack of feeling of safety or confidence in the powers that are running our world that people who come from any country could relate to. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd love for you to, whoever feels moved, to just put something in the chat around what you are feeling that could benefit from some healing attention. And this is primarily, an outer world focus. However, as I said, these outer world events kick up a whole lot of inner world repercussions and resonance. So this is not about specifically healing your, physical or emotional personal issues, but they do come up and they are part of the picture. So feel free to make it very personal and very intimate. This isn't just a political, logical thing we're looking at. We're looking at what's hurting, healing what hurts, and reclaiming our personal wholeness. It's very personal for each of us. So I'm going to continue sharing while you, I hope, will contribute to the chat so I can gather some of those requests and insights later when it's time to do that. So right now, what I'd like to do is actually launch into the first process that I want to introduce into this space. So this is a gathering of kindred spirits, of soul family, you could say. And that's true for everyone who will be watching this later. And I want us, I'm going to invite you all. Probably it's best if you close your eyes, it'll work better, because I want to invite you into an inner visualization to imagine that we are all together in a big circle, in a beautiful place in nature, whichever part, whatever location inspires you Just imagine that you are part of this circle of kindred souls who are here both to heal ourselves, but also to help heal the world, because I believe that's what we are really here for. And those of us who are on a spiritual path and a healing journey, particularly if you at all identify with the term light worker, you were called here and you are here to be of help. And that's why it's so important that we unburden ourselves so we can be empowered to be of service to helping to heal the greater whole. So just picture yourself as part of this beautiful circle of souls in a beautiful landscape, beautiful meadow, whatever however you feel it. And just feel how everyone's heart is like a cup of golden light overflowing with that innate love that we have as the endowment of being a soul, that central core of us, the divine spark of us, is like a golden flame in our heart. So you can picture the heart as a cup overflowing with golden light. And that light, just as you picture the circle that you're part of, the light is flowing to the right and the left, joining with your neighbors on either side and maybe sending it across to the opposite side of the circle, crisscrossing with streams of light so that the golden light from your heart is connecting to the golden light of everyone's heart. And even if you don't feel in contact with any golden light in your heart, just be assured that it's there. You may not be feeling it or sensing it or thinking of yourself in those terms, but you are an ignited being who chose to be here to share your light with others. It is there. So just picture that the whole circle is now kind of blazing with this flow of golden light that everyone's heart is connecting. And now imagine that behind each person, a little bit behind each one of us who's in the circle, is the higher self and the spirit team, guides and angels that each person brings with them when we incarnate. We all have connected to us this team of spiritual beings, of beings of light, and they're standing behind us in the circle, making a second circle, the first inner circle flowing with golden light, and the outer circle shining with brilliant white light from the divine realm, and enclosing us in a kind of embrace of healing and blessing and protection. And now imagine that over all of us, the inner circle and the outer circle, is a beautiful dome of golden light that covers us, containing us in a safe space, protective field of blessing. And that's where we'll be right now throughout the whole session. And anytime we gather, we'll be protected and safe by that dome of golden light that holds us. So to get started, I'm going to lead us in some statements, some compassion statements, to unify the group field. And these are statements concerning the uncertainty of life and stepping into the unknown. So I thought these were very fitting for the occasion. So I'm going to say each one out loud, and I invite you to repeat the same words after me out loud, placing your attention on your heart and solar plexus, and sending deep love and compassion to all the many aspects of yourself in whatever timeline or time zone they exist or existed. They are all hearing you right now. I'm so sorry. You never know what's going to happen next. I'm so sorry life keeps taking you by surprise. I'm so sorry life takes surprising turns you can't anticipate. I'm so sorry some of them are for the good and some are not. I'm so sorry you can never know what's going to happen next. So sorry you thought you knew what to expect, but it didn't work out that way. I'm so sorry you expected something, but it didn't happen. I'm so sorry you were promised something, but you didn't get it. I'm so sorry you're angry at life for not giving you what you wanted. And mind you, this can be on any level, personal, political, global. It's all inclusive. I'm so sorry it's hard to surrender to the unknown. I'm so sorry you don't know if the unknown will be good or bad. I'm so sorry you don't know if the unknown is your friend or your enemy. People say go with the flow, but it's not so easy. I'm so sorry the flow is not always where you want to go. I'm so sorry you don't trust going with the flow. I'm so sorry you've learned not to trust what people tell you. I'm so sorry you've been far too trusting in the past. I'm so sorry you may be surrendering to the wrong thing. I'm so sorry you have not yet surrendered to your higher self. I'm so sorry you forgot you have divine guidance. I'm so sorry you forgot you have divine partners. I'm so sorry you forgot you can work together with the divine. I'm so sorry you didn't know the divine is counting on you to do your part. I'm so sorry you forgot how to witness miracles. I'm so sorry you didn't believe you could receive a miracle. I'm so sorry you didn't think you deserved miracles. I'm so sorry you thought miracles were only for other people. I'm so sorry this world could really use a miracle. I'm so sorry sometimes miracles are in disguise. I'm so sorry sometimes miracles take time. I'm so sorry you may be turning your back on a miracle. I'm so sorry you forgot how to surrender to miracles. I'm so sorry you forgot it's never too late to receive a miracle. Okay, I'm going to take a little break. Might be a good time to stretch your body a little bit and shake it out a little bit. And I'd love to hear from some of you about how that was and anything you're experiencing. I'm also going to be glancing through what you wrote. And thank you very much, those of you who shared. These are great. If you have any questions, you can share them here. Ah, okay. It's interesting. Christine says she's seen memes on social media about Trump being daddy. Yeah, grieving. No win, whichever way, whichever party. Yep. That's often been the case with family dynamics too. It's no win. You know, even when you have a family unit, it's often toxic. And I don't want to exaggerate that. It's not as though everybody's family is toxic. It's just that this is what's coming to mind on my own. Leaders don't care about anyone but themselves. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, they're supposed to take care of us. Climate change, lack of government recognition, Gaza, income inequality, job loss. Oh boy, it's a lot there. Fixed belief systems, no communication. I hear you, Sabina. You have a lot of personal pain right now. Oh, Christine said this was perfect for me. I feel like it's a miracle that I'm here in this session with other kindred spirits. Horror, fear and horror of incompetent, unscrupulous power. Yeah, how about that? The wrong people are in charge. Whatever you think, however you view it, it's definitely not a big check mark for competency. Thank you that those clearings were spot on. Loved it. Miracles, felt the possibility of allowing money miracles. Yes, feel the possibility of allowing money miracles manifesting for you, all of us. And not just money miracles, health miracles, love miracles, good fortune miracles, even government stability miracles. Anything is possible. Okay, great. Thank you all for sharing. I really appreciate you. Okay, now we can go to the next phase. But before we do, I want to share with you another little healing tool that I love, that I really recommend. Some of you know it because I teach it. It's called havening. And havening is called that because it's about creating a haven, a safe haven for yourself. That's what it creates in your energy field and in your body. And this is how you do it. It's for like it soothes your nervous system so wonderfully. All you do is take your hands and starting at the shoulders, stroke down firmly with a firm and comforting touch down to your elbows, just your upper arms and maybe a little bit more. There are other ways to do havening, but this is the only way that works for me. So it's the only way that I teach. And you can feel just like it feels like a little child being embraced by comforting, kind, loving, strong, protective adult, just reassuring you. I want to tell you something that's really great to do using this method is just to say words of reassurance to yourself. It actually will release synapses in your brain related to what you're saying. This has been scientifically proven. For instance, you could just, if you're feeling anxious, just in the coming times, you could just do this and say to yourself, everything will be okay. I am safe. I am home. I am protected. All is well. Nothing can really harm me. I am loved. And you can also address it to the inner parts and say, you are safe. You are home. I love you. I will keep you safe. I will keep you protected. I've got you. There's nothing to worry about. And I just want you to try these. And this is something that's so easy to work with on your own, especially when, God forbid, you're listening to the news. So even if you do nothing but just kind of soothe yourself and hold yourself this way, when something triggers you, it will calm you down. So we really have to be very protective of our nervous system. And I know there are other tools as well, but this is a simple one, as is the compassion key statements, because you can always take anything that happens, anything you think, anything that arises in your consciousness, and turn it into an I'm so sorry statement. I'm so sorry you're afraid XYZ is going to happen. I'm so sorry that person just got, uh, you know, nominated to be Secretary of State, whatever, you know. So you can also use the havening while we do compassion key statements, especially if any of them are triggering to you. So I'm just going to launch in with some of the statements, some of the issues. I won't get them all. I see we're going to go over because it's 20 of already, but let's just go there and do some statements. I'm just going to pull out of what you wrote and also out of the ethers. Okay, I'll do some havening while I say these statements. I'm so sorry you're worrying about what is to come. I'm so sorry you don't trust your government to take care of you. I'm so sorry you don't trust the people in power to keep you safe. I'm so sorry you feel like you're completely on your own now. I'm so sorry it feels like all the safety nets are being ripped away. I'm so sorry we're in free fall now. I'm so sorry leaders don't care about us. They only care about themselves. I'm so sorry you're grieving. I'm so sorry. Government is so broken. It doesn't matter who wins. I'm so sorry the world is broken. I'm so sorry you fear that the world may be terminally broken. I'm so sorry the things you witness on the news cause you to fear. I'm so sorry. You wonder what the future could possibly hold. I'm so sorry you worry about the world your children and grandchildren will inherit. So sorry you worry about what the future generations will be given. So sorry you grieve for those future generations who will be expected to mend what we broke. And what those before us broke. I'm so sorry you're not sure there'll be enough time to save the world. I'm so sorry you feel helpless. I'm so sorry you feel overwhelmed. I'm so sorry there are so many things wrong you don't know what to focus on. I'm so sorry you know you can't fix it yourself. So sorry you desperately want to help, but you don't know how. I'm so sorry shock and grief has paralyzed you. I'm so sorry you don't know what you could possibly contribute. So sorry you'd really like to bury your head in the sand. So sorry you'd really like to pull the covers over your head and not pay attention and hope that maybe it will all disappear. So sorry you're praying for a miracle, but you don't really expect one. I'm so sorry you envy those who are happy with the results. I'm so sorry you despise those who are happy with the results. I'm so sorry you blame those who are happy with the results. I'm so sorry you have contempt for those who are happy with the results. I'm so sorry it seems as though communication is impossible. I'm so sorry you don't even know what to believe anymore. So sorry you didn't think you'd be witnessing this in your lifetime, whatever this is. I'm so sorry you're afraid this could mean the end of normal life as you've known it. So sorry you feel in danger. So sorry you don't know how to achieve safety. So sorry you wonder if you were deluding yourself that there ever was such a thing as safety. I'm going to pause here. I'm just going to say a few words and shift to another slightly different, slightly more positive theme, because I believe that's the most important thing for us to do, to reclaim our wholeness, to anchor ourselves in the truth of who we really are. So, the way I view reality is we are all both human and divine, but mostly we put our attention on the human experience. We can't help it, we have to. And the human experience can seem extremely problematic, dangerous, and very emotionally upsetting at times. And it can definitely unmoor us from the deeper truth of who we are. But in times like that, we need all the more to get moored, to get anchored, to get located in that deeper truth. That's the only thing that will keep us steady. It's the only thing that will bring us through no matter what happens. And we don't know what's going to happen. And it's the only thing that will help us to access the gifts we're here to share with the world. Because part of what destabilization is for, when there are governments that are intentionally sowing fear, for instance, to destabilize the population, or sowing confusion about truth and falsehood so nobody knows what to believe. One of the main reasons they do that is to disempower people, to keep, in a way, to infantilize us, to throw us back into that paralysis of childhood trauma, and to rip us away from our intrinsic power, which actually is only and always from the fact that we are souls first and bodies second. So I'm going to just lead us in another series of statements that I hope will bring some of this into the foreground. So again, you can just stretch and shake it out a little bit. I'm so sorry you forgot you were born for this time. I'm so sorry you forgot your soul does not make mistakes. I'm so sorry you forgot everything has a purpose. I'm so sorry you forgot the world desperately needs your gifts. I'm so sorry you forgot the soul has perfect timing. I'm so sorry you forgot that you vowed to come here now at this time. I'm so sorry you forgot the promises you made before you were born. I'm so sorry you forgot that you chose to be on the transition team. That's my term for those of us who are here to help the world transition to its next stage of evolution, whether or not we live to see the result. Some of us are getting a little old. Doesn't matter. Born for this time. So I like to think that a call went out in the universe saying volunteers wanted to help planet Earth. And a lot of us said, yes, I'll go. So I'm so sorry you were invited and you said yes. I'm so sorry you sometimes regret that decision. I'm so sorry your soul knows who you are and why you're here, even if you have forgotten. I'm so sorry the world needs light workers. I'm so sorry the world needs activated light workers. I'm so sorry the world needs empowered light workers. I'm so sorry the world needs light warriors. I'm so sorry the world needs light bearers. I'm so sorry the world needs light transmitters. I'm so sorry the world needs mature beings of light. I'm so sorry the world needs wise elders now more than ever. I'm so sorry you were designed to come here now. So sorry you were designed to bring your gifts now. I'm so sorry your soul chose this perfect time for you, even if it doesn't always look like it. I'm so sorry your soul chose the perfect companions for you, even if you don't always recognize them. I'm so sorry all of us are in this together. And we all have our part to play. I'm so sorry the world is waiting for you to deliver your gifts. I'm so sorry you may have misplaced the memo of your divine mission. But your higher self is here to remind you. I'm so sorry you may have forgotten that your job is to bring the light of heaven to earth in whatever way you can. So sorry you don't realize that it's never too late. I'm so sorry you may have forgotten how powerful you are. I'm so sorry you may have forgotten how much you know. I'm so sorry you may have forgotten how much courage you have. For it took courage to be born here. I'm so sorry you may not realize what a blessing you are. I'm so sorry you may not realize there are many of us now. So sorry you have come to raise this earth to a higher octave of light. I'm so sorry. There are many, many ways to do that, even if you doubt yourself. I'm so sorry you forgot that this was the time you were born for, and everything is in perfect timing. I'm so sorry nobody told you you have all the instructions you need inside yourself. I'm so sorry it may take healing to unpack those instructions, but it can be done. I'm so sorry you came to alleviate the darkness from this earth. I'm so sorry you forgot you are an immortal being of light. I'm so sorry you forgot that no harm can ever come to your immortal soul, which is who you truly are. So we're going to end by returning to that visualization we started with, seeing all of us in a huge circle, in a beautiful place in nature. Our hearts are all glowing, golden, open, radiant, flowing with light. The light of each heart is flowing to the right and left, connecting to your partners and shooting across, crisscrossing the circle, connecting to all of those in every which way, in every direction. All hearts united here in one impulse of love, mission, and acceptance to whatever degree we can feel that now. The acceptance of our divine mission. You don't have to know what it is. It will be revealed if you will it to be. So in this field that's lit up with the golden light of all our hearts around us is this brilliant, luminous circle of light beings, the higher selves, the guides, the angels, surrounding and protecting us, but also jubilant and celebrating us, rejoicing that we chose to come here, that we chose to be the solution, that we chose to be the answer, that we chose to contribute our drop of light to the ocean of light that is surrounding everything. Whatever it takes, however long it takes, whatever the pathway, however it unfolds, we cannot predict it, we cannot control it, but we can accept that we have something to contribute and that we are here for that. And that we will continue to be healing the scared parts within us, the parts that are shaky, the parts that are sad, the parts that are grieving, the parts that feel inadequate, the parts that feel unworthy. They're all here. It's a big party of parts. But we have within us what it takes to send them the love and compassion and blessing that will heal them. It really works. And this needs to happen because this is our time. And we need to step up to whatever degree we can, in whatever way we can. And then in closing this whole double circle of golden and white light, the golden dome protecting us, holding us, safely in this recognition of who we are. Just feel how you are held by these multiple embracing rings of light, love, and the honoring of the divine within you. Feel how your heart is being held by each other's hearts. And you holding each other in this beautiful field of love that you have created, that you are creating, is part of the solution that you have been seeking. So, with that, dear ones, I will conclude this first Healing What Hurts healing session. I think we made it in an hour from when we started. So if anyone has anything you'd like to share, please do. And I will actually unmute you all so that we can also hear each other's voices and speak. How do I do this?
I just unmuted myself, Tamar.
Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you so much. This has been such a wonderful session and just what I needed. And I feel like you're a Florence Nightingale come from the spirit realms to really give us, the inspiration and the healing to take our next step. So bless you. It was very gentle and powerful for me.
Thank you so much. Gentle and powerful is a nice combination.
Mm.
That's a good thing to aspire to.
I would just like to say, at the end there, you had a lot of positive words, supportive for light workers and our mission and everything. So I just want to thank you for answering the call and supporting all of us here today and giving us this love and compassion. It's really helped. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Lance. Yeah. Answering the call, I want to say it's never too late. Our soul made no mistakes. We're on time. We all made an appointment to meet here at this time in history, at whatever age we happen to be. Some of us chose to be here as youngsters, and some of us chose to be here as oldsters, and everything in between. And it all has a purpose. So I'm carrying that basket, that basket of gifts acquired over a lifetime that is only in later life finally coming to harvest, shall we say. Never too late. So thank you, my dears, and we'll end with this. Unless someone has something else, just say goodbye for now, and till the next time we meet.